The attractions of Pattaya are many and varied and very well known. Now there's something new, and it virtually comes from the sky. It's a whole new adventure for those living or visiting this area. Thai Sky Adventures are now available here at Sriracha, just near Pattaya. Skydiving is clearly an exhilarating sport that has a committed following around the world. Till now, though, there's been no full-time centre in Thailand or countries nearby offering skydivers the opportunity to safely experience the highs of this activity. The skies are blue and visibility excellent near popular Sriracha, and the sight of skydivers in skillful descent is a remarkable one for those on the ground. A British aviator, now resident in Thailand, was the one to get the project off the ground.
I moved to Thailand 8 years ago, and I've always been involved in skydiving. I ran a skydiving operation in the UK, and I looked around for somewhere to start a skydiving operation. Pattaya, obviously being a tourist destination and a party town, is an ideal place to have a skydiving operation, and it's taken 8 years, but we finally got here.
Why didn't it happen overnight?
Well, fortunately for us, eventually the new director of the Thai Department of Civil Aviation, Kun Wuttichai, has decided that he'd like to encourage general aviation in Thailand. Originally we had a lot of problems with paperwork and obtaining permissions, and just in the last year all our permissions came through. So thank you, Kun Wuttichai.
And clearly it's something that a good many people in this area have been waiting to do, and they can't do it sometimes in their own countries. So you've come at the right time.
Well, hopefully we've come at the right time, and people are just beginning to find out about us, but certainly we are the only, if you like, viable skydiving operation probably in the whole of Asia, because we are having people coming from Singapore, Malaysia, Hong Kong, but also obviously we're trying to encourage the Thai market as well. We've trained our first Thai skydiver, who's a local policeman who is just finishing his course, and we've had several Thai people coming and doing tandem skydivers with us. So we have a complete mix and match of absolutely every nationality.
I started in Germany. I went there for work for 6 months. So it luckily happened to be a summertime. So I started my course over there. And after 6 months, I came back. I didn't find any place to continue skydiving. And then luckily these guys came up with a drop zone over here in Pattaya, and it was awesome. I mean, it felt wonderful to be back into sport. In being in Singapore, there is absolutely no chance of jumping or doing any other sports activities, like aerial sports activities. For that I would have to go to Australia, or maybe go back to Europe, or maybe US. But finding a drop zone nearby Singapore is a godsend gift for me.
It's a quality sport, incorporating the best in modern materials and harness equipment. And a solid period of training and practice applies to people coming into the specialist activity, with detailed familiarization ahead of an initial tandem jump. Now, Richard, that was you who just came down in tandem there.
Yes, first jump today. It was fantastic. The actual leaving the aircraft and free falling, it was, you can't put it into words. The noise of the wind and the sights, it was really wonderful.
So it was everything you hoped it would be.
Oh, indeed, and I'm going to start a full course on Monday, definitely. Very exciting.
Did you think he handled it well?
Oh yeah, did a good job, and just can recommend to everybody come out and try.
Experienced skydivers come fully equipped and get the maximum lift from their sport.
Okay.
So Andy, what is that you've got on your wrist there?
Right, this is a wrist-mounted altimeter, and I've just set it for the airfield elevation, which is at 0, and it'll wind up. We get out at 13,000 feet, so this needle goes around to 1, and we exit and open it around 2,500 feet. Yeah, so it's
Well,
very,
you know
very
exactly
easy
what it
to
does.
see. Yeah.
Easy to see, and it's clear to me that you've had some experience using this, and obviously skydiving.
Yes, I've done over 1,000 jumps, but not as many as a lot of other guys.
1,000's a good start.
Yeah, it gets you there. Yeah, it's good.
So this is a new development in the Pattaya region, isn't it?
Yeah, it's fantastic. I lived in Hong Kong for 10 years, and you have to do all your skydiving in Australia or other places. And having set this up in Bangkok, it's accessible in the region, really easy to get to, and it's a fantastic facility. It's got great runway, fantastic aircraft. Yeah, it's brilliant. So you'll get it. There'll be a lot of people coming here, hopefully.
These here,
See how you're undertaking training and the experience of skydiving here.
That's right. Yep.
At what point in learning to be a skydiver are you at now?
Well, there's I've taken the AFF course, which is accelerated free fall course, which took it end of last year in December. So I'm here to do a few more what they call consolidation jumps. So once I'm done, I should be able to sign off to get the license to skydive.
Oh, I see.
Yep.
Do you want to make a career of it?
Probably not. Not at this point in time.
Yeah.
Not good enough yet.
he'll be into it for quite some time. Pretty much what he's saying is he has actually completed the requirements to be able to go jump by himself. During the previous portion, we've actually been assisting him, giving him what he should be able to do to be a what we call a safe, self-sufficient skydiver, i.e. take care of himself, land safely, be able to make another jump. Now he still currently has not got a license, so there are some restrictions on him. But at 25 jumps, a minimum of 25 jumps, he can actually be issued a license where he can go anywhere in the world and skydive.
And Wayne, you yourself, you have experience in this business going back a long way. You're a skydiver of many years standing, are you?
I actually have 37 years of experience. I've been skydiving for a long, long time and got about 6,000 jumps myself right now.
Which makes me think, once you learn to skydive, it must really get into the blood.
Yeah, I think so. But you've got to start somewhere. You've got to start somewhere. It's always scary when you go up the first time, or probably the 10th time. But eventually, you start to enjoy it.
Are you already skydiving solo?
I've made one so far, so looking forward to more on this trip. Yeah.
The safety aspect of this kind of sport is so important. Is it really well covered?
Yes, I think so. You have to be specific, so the shoes have to be packed by the professional people, and then it has to be checked by myself, by my coach, at least 2 or 3 times, even before you board the plane. And then usually we run through a quick check before we exit the plane as well. Yeah. So yeah, and when we first started, there's a radio communication, so that it can help me land, so I run into any problems. Yeah.
So you feel quite secure?
Yep, I do.
Very secure?
Yeah, I do, and I'm a doctor, so yeah. So yes, no worries about that, yeah. Yeah.
Wayne, a flyer of many years standing, the safety aspect always important.
One of the things that you've got to realize about skydiving is safety is actually paramount, and it starts right with our airplane itself. We keep it in tip-top shape. Our equipment is rigidly inspected. The procedures that we teach people is very specific, because even though this is a very safe sport, believe it or not, there are things that can happen, just like in any aspect of life. And the main focal point we have is, if this happens to you, do you know what to do and how to respond correctly? Like I said, there's probably millions of jumps made a year, and sometimes things happen. So this is where safety, like I say, for us becomes paramount, in the fact that we need to know that anybody involved in the sport and participating with us knows what to do, not have to sit there and pull out a checklist, say, for instance. You don't have time.